Alright, Alfred Teleferro, Mr. Teleferro TV. We're about to have an in-depth conversation, people. We are about to have an in-depth conversation about hoods, getting out the hood, being in the hood, everything. We about to put it all on the table. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. Alright? And some people might not enjoy it at all. It is what it is. Being in the hood. I want to make this clear. Nothing is fun about it. Alright? I don't know what this false reality is where being in the hood is cool. Being in the hood is it's a great thing. Nothing is cool about it. And if you're really about that life, if you're really about progressing in life, you want to create the best position for you. You want to create as least stress as possible in your life. Being in the hood creates more stress. You're around a lot of people who are fighting to make it to the next step, fighting day to day, trying to get the rent paid, trying to get a new car, trying to get this and that. And you're looking at somebody who's probably in the same category as you, maybe get something, get one thing, get one little new thing, get one little nuance to their life, and you want it, so you take it. That's what being in the hood is about. Why are you talking about this, you might ask? Teleferro brought this up because Soulja Boy and Chris Brown brought two realities to my attention that definitely need to be put on the forefront. Because maybe Chris Brown didn't get into that Soulja Boy beef as much as he could have, but Chris Brown has definitely not shied away from being a part of stuff like this in the past. Chris Brown, what is he? An R&B superstar who's been a superstar since he was what, 14, 15, 16? How old is Chris Brown now? Mid-20s, closer to 30, something like that. I know he's been at least famous for at least 10 to 12 years now, right? That's easy, slight work. He's been famous for at least 10 to 12 years, maybe a little bit more. Chris Brown, when you were 15, 16, I didn't see any signs of you being in the gang. I ain't seeing you repping a set. I seen a kid, because I was a kid, younger than you. I seen somebody who was into the music, into the art, into being the lover, the guy who makes anthems for the world, who makes great music, whose music is going to last much longer than him. I don't know what happened to your life, sir. You trying to flex, flaunt, be a part of a gang. I don't know if you're getting extorted. A lot of people believe you're getting extorted. A lot of people don't want to say it. But when these raps, when they're saying a lot of rappers getting extorted, they talking about you, Chris Brown, for the most part. You are the example of being extorted as a rapper, and a lot of people, in a lot of people's lives. All right, a lot of people believe you're being extorted to be a part of your set. What are you doing? You were out the hood a long time ago. What does being in a gang do for you? You have the means financially to pay for security. If it's a secure thing, what does it being in the gang do for you? What does going back to the hood do for you? I don't get it. If it made sense, I would love to bring that point to the table, but I can't find any point that makes sense. What do you want with that lifestyle? You've been rich for so long. One of the most talented dudes to ever do it. Can sing, dance, do them both at the same time. A lot of people compared this guy to Michael Jackson at some point with the talent. The raw talent he had. A lot of people compare Kobe Bryant to Michael Jordan, not because they think he's better than Michael Jordan, just because of the talent that he presents. Chris Brown, on sheer talent alone, a lot of people compared you to the next Michael Jackson, I'm sorry. What does the hood do for you? Going back. We're going to talk all about that later. We're going to get all into giving back and everything about the hood. We're going to get into all that. My next person I want to bring up, Soulja Boy. As we seen yesterday, video footage posted of him in the hood, trying to keep it real. People, he dang near got hit in his own hood. Dang near got into a fight in the own hood. Fake claiming. Soulja Boy trying to flex for social media. Because if you really wanted to show your set out to somebody, you would have just sent the video to Chris Brown. If this is about Chris Brown proving to Chris Brown that you're really a part of your set. You wouldn't have put it on social media where you got 5 million followers on one platform, 5 million followers on another platform. You wouldn't have put it on there for all these blog sites to pick up. You wouldn't be retweeting these blog sites if it was really about proving this to Chris Brown. For those who don't know what Soulja Boy is one of the biggest innovators of our generation. A lot of people don't know that. I'm bringing something to attention that a lot of people don't know. You see, back in the day when Soulja Boy was 15, 16, like a Chris Brown, Soulja Boy was hustling in ways our world hadn't seen before, especially within the African American community. You see, Soulja Boy was figuring out how to use, I'm gonna take it back for some of my generation type people, how to use BearShare. You see, before there was Apple Music and all that, we was trapping out the bandwidth with BearShare. We was finding out about LimeWire, then the remix with FrostWire. This is what we were doing to get our music. And Soulja Boy was finding ways to get his music on these platforms, grow himself. And then he later, and it was one of the people who really got YouTube off. Yeah, Crank That was one of the biggest videos that YouTube had ever seen at that time. Remember that. Soulja Boy was one of the first, all right? Never forget that, what Soulja Boy was doing. A lot of people don't understand that. So Soulja Boy and his talents could easily be working with top branded companies right now, innovating, coming up, because his mind, mentally, he could just go places that a lot of us can't. The guy's an innovator. He's legit an innovator, and it sucks to see that he'd rather spend his time claiming one gang, claiming another gang. Who are you proving this to? Who needs to see that you repping a set? You've been famous, you got too much money, you've been around too long for people to even care. Who are you real to? Again, another case of somebody who has enough financial means to be literally pay for security. What is the infatuation with being in the hood? I'm just trying to figure this out. Please, somebody please figure this one out for me. I thought the goal was to get out the hood. That's what I thought the goal was. Now it seems like this generation is tired with getting into the hood. And then when I was growing up, I seen something shift with time. I wasn't watching people in the hood, in my area, in areas even worse off in the city where they raised me. I wasn't just not only watching them be in the hood, I was watching kids from families in 2-3 story houses make their way to the hood, go backwards, who wanted to be a part of this lifestyle. And I never could just figure it out in my head. Why do you want to go backwards? So now we're fighting 2-3 different things. We're in a generation where people who are not only struggling to make it day to day, they're in the hood struggling. You now got people who were blessed with parents who have good jobs, bringing in 6 figures combined, or maybe 6 figures apiece. These kids are coming back to the hood. They're coming back to the hood. So everybody wants to be in the hood. It's ridiculous. If the people who have the money are no longer the standard, when your kids are in high school, if the kid with the money is no longer the standard, being in his position is no longer the standard. If he wants to be where the kid in the hood is at, what do you think everybody's going to aspire to be? They're all going to want to be in the hood because now the hood has become the new rich. Being in the hood with a couple of stacks is the new out because people who are already out are bringing themselves back in. I see people all the time and I look at stuff online. People think I'm away from the culture. I'm not. I'm more in tune to the culture than ever. I see stuff online. I know sellouts, right? I know sellouts. I know the people that are sellouts, and I know the people that are. You know a sellout when you read them. This dude right here, he ain't never been in the hood a day in his life. That's why he act the way he is. That's why that's why the government making some of these calls, because a lot of these people been away from the hood for 15, 20 years. They don't understand how it is. And totally right. There is a such thing as an Uncle Tom. Sellout. 100%. But the definition of sellout is it's so lost right now. What do you mean by that? Let's go even deeper into this. The new 35-year-old rapper is somebody that I'm always attacking. The new 35-year-old rapper. Go Google rappers who are 35 of age. Go Google them. 35-year-old rappers and tell me if they fit this criteria. Go Google them. Go do your homework. The new 35-year-old rapper or someone around that age. The new 35-year-old rapper still talks about the street life. Music ain't grow. The new 35-year-old rapper still talking about the street life. Still talking about shooting. Still talking about how he got his guns on him. Even though he does live in a mansion. Spends most of his time in a mansion. Mansions, maybe with an S. The new 35-year-old rapper, twice, 3 times a year, comes back to their city to shoot music videos. Now, the rapper will tell you this. They'll say, yeah, I'm coming back to the hood to motivate the hood. To show the streets that you can get out. If I did it, you can do it too. They'll say that. Listen to me. They'll say that. But are you really motivating these kids? Yes, you might bring your $500,000 cars. Yes, you might have the top down in your car. But if we're shooting a music video where you're flossing about how your youngins do this for you, your youngins will take care of that for you, and now they the ones holding the gun, your guns, or maybe even their guns at this point, flexing with your money, or maybe even their money at this point, and you talking about their life, you 35. You see, now the new goal ain't to be Jay-Z, to stop talking about street music. The new goal is to be the 35-year-old rapper who's just now making it, who's closer to 40 than 30, and wants to talk about still selling drugs. No, darn well, there's no way that rapper or person is still about that life. But these kids see that and they want to be a part of it. You know what I'm saying? That guy, this rapper, might talk about the shootout that he had when he was 22. But that kid is 22, 19. He wants to be a part of that. He talk about them drugs, how them drugs, you know, so much of the music is tied back to drugs. These kids like, all I hear is drugs, drugs, drugs. The drugs gotta be the way out. So I never understood why we didn't call the rapper to sell out. I said all that to say, I never understood why we called a rapper to sell out. They're the ones selling the false reality, not really giving back, not really doing what they're supposed to. They're the ones, in my opinion, the definition of a sellout, because they coming in, they doing false things. They're not really giving back. They're not really, and I see this, the false definition of a sellout. I see people call Kevin Hart a sellout. I see it all the time. Kevin Hart's a sellout. Oh, he's the comedian that he came into white America. I hear it all. He sold out to white America. He wants to do movies globally. He ain't thinking about us. You know what I seen from Kevin Hart about 2 years ago? I believe it was Think Like a Man 2, his media run. You know what I seen Kevin Hart do? I was in Memphis, Tennessee. This is documented. If you search it, you'll find it. I watched Kevin Hart come to Memphis. All that money he got, and it has been, in his words, filthy over the last 2-3 years from a financial standpoint. I watched Kevin Hart come to the hood. He combined with K97, shout out to Devin Still, and give out 97 barbecue sandwiches to fans. He got behind the register, and of course he did not cook the food, but he got that behind there and handed them out to promote his film. Touching people, hugging people, taking pictures. Would your favorite rapper do that? But he's the sellout? Because what your favorite rapper want to do is go back to the hood and show off his cars that he gonna take back with him at the end of the night when it get dark. 6 o'clock in the winter time, 8:30 in the summer. He gonna take them cars back with him. Now Kevin Hart is the sellout, right? He's the sellout, but he's the one who came into the hood. Elvis Presley, the new hood, came back, handed out barbecues to people, touched people. People seeing a real superstar who's really famous, who really goes around the world, And I heard Kevin Hart say this on countless occasions. People are really hurting out here. And it's not our job to come in the hood and flex and flaunt. It's our job to say, okay, I see this kid who needs some new pair of shoes. How can we get this kid to understand that there's more to life? So who's ready to sell out? I just want to ask you that question. Who's ready to sell out? That 35-year-old rapper who come back to do some music videos, ain't putting no money in your pocket? Or Kevin Hart, who's anybody in his league from a popularity standpoint, the Denzels, the Will Smiths, they ain't coming into no hoods. The Rocks, they ain't coming into no hoods. Not to pass out barbecues, just to get some movie sales and touch people and thank the fans. They not doing that. So I just wanna kind of finish this vlog up and just talk to people about our perspective on this hood theory that you're supposed to stay in the hood. You know, I just don't get it. I don't understand it. So the new narrative that's being told is you get money, so you come back to the hood and be in the hood. How dumb is that? When you come into the hood, it don't need to be to get on Instagram Live to flex and floss with game makers. When you come to the hood, you need to be coming to the hood thinking, okay, all right, this dude is 40 years old. He thinks his life is over. How can we get this guy and put him into a suit, fix up how he talk a little bit, and see if he can have a couple conversations with some people who can put him in a position? I'm looking at Soulja Boy yesterday. They drawing over street blocks, right? And it's set on street blocks. Okay, if I'm in the hood, my mind should be, okay, this dude writing on stuff. He in the gang. He claiming it's set. Okay, but this dude actually can draw. Dang, I knew somebody on the road. I just seen Rick Ross a couple weeks ago. He just told me he need a new graphic design guy. He needs some graphic designs. All right, Instagram, social media getting bigger. There's a need for graphic designs within the rap industry. Nobody's telling these narratives. So maybe we can use that telling and go somewhere else. Okay, I know this guy. He can talk. This guy in the hood right here, he talk. Okay, maybe customer service need him for a job. You know what I'm saying? To talk all day. He talk to people. He got good people skills. He just in the hood. He can't express that to people can relate to him. He can do all this, that. You know, he can fix some cars. He just ain't got the right teaching. He just ain't got the right paperwork to. That's where these rappers and these figures who get out the hood, not just rappers. Rappers are the most predominant case. That's where your head need to be at. How can I help? How can I help? Not how can I harm? How can I harm? Because that's all y'all doing to me. Now, show me some cases where I can be proved wrong. I don't get it. The people with money are coming back to the hood, and we accepting that. They giving us as tokens. I'm watching gang members on camera with Soulja Boy. He ain't even from there. He from Mississippi. He from Atlanta. Hell, he done switched up where he from 3 times in the last month. All right, I'm watching them accept him in they hood like he been there his whole life just to be in an Instagram Live video with a celebrity. What happened to our morals? What happened to our core values? What do we really believe in? I don't understand what I thought. The guy in the hood, if you really talk to somebody who's tired of struggling, who's tired of hurting, who ain't trying to be about their street life forever, I promise you, if he gets out there, who understands it, if he gets out, he ain't never going back. He gonna hustle his way to the top. And now that's being fogged up and everything like that because we got a lot of people who comfortable with being in the hood forever, staying with their mama forever, not wanting anything else forever. That is becoming a new norm in the hood, and it's flat foot. It's flat foot embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's embarrassing because there's so much more out there to life, and I'm still figuring out what's out there in life, and I'm still trying to figure out how to work this thing out with the hood and everything like that. I want to help. We gotta figure this thing out. I ain't perfect. Nowhere close to it. But I don't feel comfortable flexing and flossing in the hood when these people hurting from day to day, and now the hood is allowing them to do it. I don't understand. There's so many parallels. And the new sellout, is somebody like Kevin Hart. He the new sellout. Ain't nothing about Kevin Hart's sellout. Not the way he talked, the way he walked. We shouldn't even been knocking that. Nothing about Kevin Hart screams sell out. The only thing that screams sell out is the fact that he's hustled his way to the top. So if you get so much money to an extent, you get another tax bracket, you go start making movies that reach China in the first day, you will sell out too now. So we don't even want our own people to be successful anymore. You will sell out because you're too successful now. I don't get it. I don't get it. That's where I digress. Alfred Teleferro, Mr. Teleferro TV. Thank you for the time, love, and support. For more conversations like this, available on my YouTube channel. You can find it. I'm everywhere. It's Mr. Teleferro. We got to figure this thing out, y'all. But I'm willing to have these conversations. Bring people into my platform who are really willing to have these conversations. Has to be some better dialogue. Has to be some more understanding. Because these kids are lost because their OGs are even more lost than they are. Trust me on that. Nobody want to hear the truth. But it's definitely the truth. The new rich kid, that family is wealthy. He want to be in the hood. I don't get it. Thank you for the time, love, and support. Salute. I'm out. You can book me for an interview video or by phone. If you're looking to have your music or your skill featured on my daily podcast. If you're looking to book me for a speaking engagement to help motivate some kids. If you're looking to have me rock some of your clothing to help promote your brand. Make sure you hit me up at booking@ismrteleferro.com. Again, that's booking@ismrteleferro.com.